Hello, Cider. They are opening the roofs. Hello, Subpoena and Stan. Yeah, just in time. I could have showed the whole thing, but once again, this new live streaming just doesn't work. It takes forever. It takes 10 tries to get this new live streaming to work. It's very buggy. It's a good thing they haven't rolled it out to everybody. It puts me in a bad mood, man. I shouldn't be having to deal with this. I do use skyflats, Debbie, yes. And I haven't created them in probably half a year. I'm using the same flats for a long time. Hello, everybody. So tomorrow for members, I think we'll process M74. And then after that, we'll do the Pleiades. And after that, I got a lot of targets now. I've got M74, and I'll have another galaxy maybe finished soon, 2403, NGC 2403. And today I'll be starting Bondi's galaxy. And so many clusters like the Pleiades and so many more. No, I don't use that. I don't use an atmosphere dispersion. I don't use that for deep sky, no. Although I think people might use that for planetary stuff, no? Tomorrow, Cider, when we do a member only live stream for processing, we'll look at Discord then. Is that okay with you? I know you got some stuff you want it to be seen. Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm very confident we're going to see Comet Lemmon today because we saw it for quite a while yesterday. Yeah, ADC is mainly for planetary. I have one. Isn't that for atmospheric dispersion stuff? Isn't that ADC? It's made by ZWO. You see that? Is that what that's for? I just happen to have that in my drawer right here. Along with eyepieces. I have a laser pen. Oh, I think it's dead. Howard, thank you. I appreciate that already. Wow. That was very generous. Thank you. And hopefully the people who got him appreciate that too. Awesome. Thanks again. Yeah, thanks, Howard. Oh, I better set up Comet Lemmon. I didn't even set that up yet. This tool puts it right in the center. I'm so impressed with it. A6 Lemmon. Yesterday, I was doing 30-second exposures on it, but I think I want to try 1-minute exposures. It just looks, I bet it would look even more cool. And I don't think it's moving fast enough where it will be elongated, but we'll see. Oh, I'm glad you like my posts. To catch the Andromeda galaxy. Yeah, that's a big galaxy, and it's not going to fit in larger telescopes. It doesn't even fit with the one I'm using right here. I had to do a 4-panel mosaic. Can somebody suggest a good telescope to capture Andromeda? I mean, there's so many on the market. I'm not even sure what I would suggest. Right now, I'm using my two favorite brands for telescopes are Celestron and Explore Scientific. But lately, I've only used the Celestron because that's what I've currently set up. But if I send another scope to Starfront, I'm going to send my Explore Scientific. Skywatcher Dave is suggesting the Sea Star for Andromeda. Well, Sea Star is certainly a very good starter telescope. And it's all in one. I mean, for someone new to the hobby, honestly, smart telescopes are the way to go. Like the Sea Star. This time I'm going to frame the comet near the top so we can see a lot of that tail coming down. Well, you know, smart scopes have changed the game, Subpoena. You know, it's a lot cheaper to get into this hobby. You know, with a smart telescope for 500 or less, you can see the Andromeda Galaxy, you can see the Orion Nebula, you can see so much. 500 isn't even required anymore. You don't have to be an advanced user like me that has all this expensive equipment. Hang on, I gotta frame a new galaxy. Then I want to start it's very low in the south. So it'll only be visible in the first half of the night, which is perfect because I got to finish another galaxy in the second half of the night. Let me set it up while we're waiting. This one is Bondi's Galaxy, and it looks like a pretty good size for a galaxy for my scope. Oops, I think I screwed that up. That's not bad. This is not really a telescope for galaxies, but it will suffice. All right. I'm going to delete it for now, though. Hey, Stan, I had a question for you. Where's Stan? Hang on. Yeah, I know, Caleb. That's my dream scope. You're saving for that 533MC. I love this camera. Three-eye Atlas. You know, it's the media's fault for doing this to everybody, you know, with all these theories on what three-eye Atlas could be. If they would have just said, look, it's a celestial body, nobody would have really jumped to these conclusions. Is Stan still here? I had a Nina question for Stan. An ETX 90. Thanks, I'm glad you love my channel. Since you were in college in 2000, wow. It's still perfect. Excellent. How long is my delay? I don't know. I have normal latency. Should I have done ultra low latency? Is the lower latency the better? Good old mead. And didn't they make that solar scope? I know I'm not going to say it right. The Coronado, the Coronada. Can you buy those anywhere? Or did anyone take over that brand? Or is it gone and you can only buy them used? I'm letting you know when I see this, Stan. How long was that delay? $30? Really? You're delayed by 30 seconds? Can I change this on the fly? Let me see. Let's see. Edit. Next time I will choose extra low latency. That's a much... I'm going to do the extra low latency next time. In fact, I thought I had it set, but when they switched over to this new live streaming, I think some things went back to the default. It's got normal latency, which is what I'm on now, low latency, and ultra low latency. I have 1 gigabit upload and download, so ultra low latency should not be a problem for me. Hi, Destiny. For tip on imaging train. You know what's a good place? Do you know the forum Cloudy Nights? They have experts in everything. And they are always willing to help. There's a forum called Cloudy Nights. I haven't been there in a while, but if you type out a detailed question, I'm sure you're going to get a detailed answer. Oh, my Nina question. Oh yeah, last week, Stan, I was capturing this one part of the sky, between. It was the middle of Orion's belt, and the next night I wanted to continue on it, and it wasn't in my targets. I could have sworn I put it in there, but maybe I forgot. Now, Sequence Generator Pro will just let me take a sub that I captured the previous day and use that to frame it again in framing. But I didn't see that option in Nina, so I wasn't sure how I could get the exact same framing. You understand my question? It's very simple in Sequence Generator Pro to reframe it so that it's exact as the previous. I probably didn't hit the button to add it to target. That's not the first time though, Caleb. I've seen other of my targets that I know for a fact they were in there because I used them from the targets list and then they disappeared on me the next time. I don't know if something became corrupt or what. But it could be I just forgot to add it. I can frame it with the previous sub. Okay, I didn't see that option. If I set the image source to file, I didn't see that. Let me go. Let's just go in there for a second. I want to see what you're talking about. I was looking all over. I didn't see that. If I set the image source to file, like if I'm in framing, oh, up here, image source, offline sky map. And it will let me load it. There's an option here. File. Aha! Then maybe I can continue on it because I didn't delete it. So maybe one day I'll continue on it. Okay. KOL. Thank you. Yeah, no, I got it. That sounds easy enough to set it to file. But thanks. No, I don't want to go on voice on a public stream, but if I have difficulty on a member stream, we can try that. But I think I understand it. You just set it to file, and then hopefully I can frame the exact... Okay. I got it. Thank you. It's a comet! The heck was that? A plane. What happened in that autofocus curve? Did you see something? Here? I don't know. Caleb, while I'm here, did you say I can lower the data points for my autofocus? I was just fine in Sequence Generator Pro when I had seven data points. A drone. If I go to equipment and I go to focuser, here's my focuser, but I didn't see a place for data points because I'm hitting way too many data points. That's wasteful. I'm wasting too much time. Options and autofocus. Should I power this off and then go to options? Okay. All I see is a Celestron. That's settings. Oh, I don't need to? Let's power it back on. Where's options? That's the wrong options page. Oh, that's the wrong options page. I don't go into the focuser options? Oh, the one on the equipment. Oh, right above plugins. Autofocus. Which one is it? No, I got it. Which option is it? I just need 7 data points. I know that will be fine. Okay, I set it to 3. Okay, we'll see if that works. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Russell. That was very generous. Russell just gifted 10 memberships. Awesome. Thanks, Russell. Okay, I was just curious because I know Sequence Generator Pro had the exact mount. Just say 7 data points and you're done. But that's a little different. Okay. What do you have yours set for? 3? As soon as we start seeing stars, we're going to go after that comet. Omar is happy that Russell gave him a membership. It's all random, by the way, so if you don't get one, don't feel bad about it. We can't control who gets memberships. It's all random. You have yours set to 3? Okay. When will it hit Earth? Yeah. One of these days, I'd like to see a comet hit the Earth, but a small one. Let's just see the spectacle of it. Very small. But it ain't going to be any of the comets that are in the sky now. All of your autofocus curves are 7 points total. Okay. Oh, you found it with your binoculars. How hard is it? How hard is it? That's what she said. How hard is it to find it with your binoculars? Because aren't you going up and down, left and right? Is it difficult? Did it take a few minutes to spot it? But you saw the more faint one, Stan. I'm surprised. How about Lemmon? I know, that's what she said. You got a star hop? Yeah, probably. I wonder why Stan saw Comet Swan. I would think Lemmon, it would be high enough and way brighter to find. Maybe he saw that one too. Yeah, right. That's what Caleb was just saying. If you get a reference in Star Hop, it's not too bad. Okay. It's not too hard. That's what she said. I'll just say TWSS. Hello, James Dugan. Oh, Lemmon is quite low on the horizon still. Even in the north? I thought it would be much higher for Stan. Oh, behind some trees? You use Sky Live and your Sky Map. Okay. I haven't even tried with my light pollution, but I think I will definitely be able to see Comet Lemmon when it's a little bit higher. But I'll I'll have to walk a couple of blocks where there's no trees. Yeah. I'm sure I creep out the neighbors because one time I walked about 3 blocks and stood beside someone's house with my iPhone taking pictures of the sky. I don't want someone to call the police on me. You know, it's funny. I did this as a reference to take a picture just now, and someone was doing this thing, a poll. They ask an old person, pretend you're taking a picture, and the old person, like me, does this. When they ask a young person, and they do this. It's completely different. Even though I use a phone, I still do that. Dark enough for you. Okay. They don't even know what a real camera is. My mom misses the old days when she used to wait anxiously to get the film back and see pictures of people. Now she says she doesn't like the instant gratification of all this digital stuff. She's 85 now, though. And you know what her favorite thing is? When I take her to the casino. I said, Mom, I got to take you, set up a doctor appointment for you on Monday. And I'm talking to the nurse, and my mom's, no, Monday we're going to the casino. And the nurse was laughing because I'm fighting with my mom. What's more important, the doctor or the casino? You can't win. Okay, we'll make the doctor appointment another day. It's hopeless. It's stubborn. Nope. Casino more important. 20s, and she didn't know. I don't think anyone in my family knows what a comet is. You can't see it. Oh no! I'm starting to see stars. Let's see what PhD 2 looks like. PhD 2 looks good. We're gonna start pretty soon here. I'm starting to see stars. I'm going to be live streaming this comet a lot because it ain't coming back again in our lifetime. And this is a bright one. But it's throwing off my schedule a bit because I normally do processing for members around this time. So I might have to process early again for members. But when I process early, I keep getting interrupted. I like processing late. So people are in bed. That's what fake news is all about. You go for the views, whether it's BS or not. I just had to report another YouTube channel, totally fake, pretending to show Comet Swan, Comet Lemmon, and it's total BS. He probably doesn't even own a telescope. I hate that site. I've reported him many times, and I think they listened to me one time. They came down hard on him. Refused to pay him $40,000. I hope it was because of me. Do you think there's time to do an autofocus? Yeah, I think there is. Because the comet might be blown out initially, so I think an autofocus might be good. Pete! That is very generous of you. I can't believe it. 50 memberships from Pete. Holy moly. Thank you, Pete. Pete has always been very generous with this site. That's amazing. Now we got a lot more people that are members. Let's see who's getting them. Thanks again, Pete. That was very generous. I can't believe it. What filter holder am I? I'm using one from Starizona. A little filter tray. I screw in a 2-inch filter and slide it in. People are still getting them. Thanks again, Pete. Wow. I think I'm going to go to this comet now. Yeah, that's what she said, right? All right. And I'm going to be doing 1-minute exposures. We should see my telescope moving. There it goes. It will be pointing to the northwest. It's a little bit bright, but hopefully there's enough stars to find it. I wonder if the Minicam 8 would fit in the area of the obstruction. What do you mean? If it would fit like on the side of the camera? Okay, we're trying to find the comet. Let's hope we got enough stars to locate it. And there it is, dead center. All right. Let's move on. I'll center it myself. We're going to move on to the autofocus now. Wait till you see a 1 minute exposure. This is going to be crazy. I don't mind doing an autofocus. It will take a little time, but we're still letting the sun set, so the comet just going to look better as time goes on. And then I'm going to move the comet near the top because this thing's got a super long tail. All right, it's starting my guiding. Oh, guiding couldn't even find it. Maybe I should do shorter exposures. Hang on. Hang on. Let's do a shorter exposure. It's too bright. It's too bright. Okay. The sun didn't set enough. But we're getting there. The altitude right now is 14 degrees. But yesterday, we easily followed the comet all the way down to 7 degrees. All right, let's see how many data points we get on that autofocus. Yeah, you can thank Pete. That was very generous. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that stray point is. What do you mean another stray point? There's more than one? Oh, it didn't detect stars in that? Okay. All right, let me see something here. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a second because I want to move the comet to the top. Give me a second here. Let's move it to the top. Because this tail is long. Is it going up or are they going down? Yeah, it's going up. Good. And to the west. I think that's good enough. Maybe a little more. Okay. Let's stop that. Oops, I forgot to stop guiding. Okay. This is going to be interesting. The comet might be blown out initially because the sun is still setting. So it might be too bright right now. That's okay. I'm just going to let it go. And it'll get better with each exposure. Okay. That's our first exposure, but I think it's going to keep getting brighter. Let's just, that one didn't knock my socks off. But let's just wait. It's cool, but it's going to get better. I'm spoiled. I want to see something really bright. See, right now my mean readout is 15,000, which is about 5 times more than it should be. So when that drops, it's gonna keep getting better. And it just dropped by 2,000. The mean readout should be probably less than 3,000. And it's going to keep going down, and we're going to keep seeing a bright tail. Okay, Hedge. Be on your best behavior, Hedge. I remember you from yesterday. We don't forget you, Hedge. Do you see that? Do you see the tail getting brighter with each exposure? We just did another one. You sound like me, Peggy. I don't have to know all the details to enjoy it. A lot of people ask me questions. I'm like, I don't know. Why is the comet green? They asked the chemical composition of the comet, but I don't know what's going on inside that comet. There could be a man with paint living on the comet, painting it green for all I know. No, I'm kidding. Green comet looks cooler. I own all the equipment. I rent the space. I pay $199 a month for the space at Starfront Observatories. Ooh, it's getting brighter. And Leon's getting larger. Do you ever see Airplane? And Leon's getting larger. And my ADU is now down to 8,600 from 15,000, so it's getting better. And my HFR is pretty good at 1.96. So less data points didn't seem to hurt. We're looking at Comet Lemmon. One of the brightest comets I've seen in a long time. And it's going to keep getting brighter. But by the end of the month, it might be at its highest magnitude. But the moon will also be getting brighter to take away some of that brightness. So I'm not exactly sure which day it will be the brightest on, because you got to consider how bright the moon is going to be as well. So even though its magnitude will get brighter, will show brighter, the moon is going to affect it. Right now, it's still 13 degrees high. And yesterday, I followed it, I think, all the way down to 7 degrees. So I've got a pretty low horizon at Starfront. So it's pretty good. My ADU is now down to 7,500. For those who are interested in ADU. I would like to see some detail in that tail. Bluegrass just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Bluegrass. That was very generous. Thank you. You guys are awesome today. Caleb, I still didn't submit my ticket for the backlash. I did see, Caleb, I did see a backlash issue on the RA. You were saying, I was saying, no, I only see it on the deck, but then I saw it on the RA one time. So I'm going to, I could have done it today. I'm going to submit it tomorrow morning. ADU is down to 5,900. Nice. Look at that tail. All the way from here, all the way to the bottom of the screen. Now the tail is really looks to be spreading out where it was much thinner on the way in, but on the way out it looks like it's starting to spread out. I wonder if a lot of the comet melted. What do you think, Pete? I know it's only a 1 minute exposure, but I'm really not seeing the detail that we were seeing when the comet was on its way in. Now that it's on its way out, I'm not so sure. I mean, I know what I saw like a couple weeks ago. I really saw detail in that tail. Just saying. I don't know. But it just looks like it's spreading out and not quite as detailed as it used to be. Maybe I'm wrong. Just this is just the way it looks to me. Maybe because it's so low right now. I'm not sure. Maybe when we stack the data, we'll see something. We'll see something. My comments weren't updated, so I just didn't see about the last 20 comments from you guys, so I got to catch up. Pete says some nice detail coming out again. Okay. You're impressed then? I was just getting worried that maybe we're not seeing quite as much. Here we go. I guess that's looking pretty good. Well, I think the comet is constantly losing mass. That's what the tail is. The comet melting, right? So it's in a state of constantly losing from the heat of the sun, the solar wind blowing stuff away. The dust in the tail is much brighter now. Yeah. There's a nice piece of detail right there you can see. I shift the Comet over because I'm trying to support two formats, widescreen and vertical. That's why it looks like, that's why it doesn't seem on center. How many exposures will I do before I stack? Yeah, that's, this comet, the tail was changing so rapidly that if you actually stacked an hour's worth of data, the tail would look smudged. So you got to really, like Pete has a method where you can capture an hour's worth of data on this comet, but you should try and line up the tail on its own and the core on its own. Or just use a smaller amount of exposures, like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. If the tail is changing too much, you really gotta be careful how much you stack, or just change the way you process. Look at how long that tail is. Jeez. So I posted a picture today of Comet Swan passing by the Eagle Nebula, and even Trevor from Astro Backyard shared it. I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks, Trevor. Trevor is one of the more famous astrophotographers on the planet. So it's cool when he shares it. He shared it in his story. My ADU is down to 3,300. That's a bit more reasonable. So now the comet is looking the way it should. That is bright compared to Comet Swan. That is bright. And we'll do a time lapse in a bit. I want more exposures though. Excuse me. I got so much data to process. I got galaxies, the Pleiades, clusters. My data is piling up because I keep posting pictures of the comet. Let me see how my comet post is doing today on Facebook. $390 likes in 7 hours. Maybe it'll pick up overnight. Somebody else got on the sky page. Rats. He had the exact framing as mine, but he made his, let's take time out. I was hoping mine would get there, but that's okay. I can live with it. Hang on, let me show you this. I was hoping mine would, mine looked just like this, except he made his middle section blue. Who did this? Oh, he took his picture in Chile. Mine looked just like that. But his does look nicer because he put it in blue, that area. Here's mine. It's the same thing. I should have gotten credit. I could have faked it and made that blue. But that wouldn't have been true RGB if I did. I mean, I really would have had to... But it's the same thing. I've been robbed. I've been robbed. It's a conspiracy. There you go, Pete. Make your area blue. You get more points. That's from a team. That's from a team, and I'm one guy. That's not right. I wanted to get on that sky page. Oh well. You can't win them all. The sky page has been pretty good to me though recently. I've been on there 3 times recently. I really thought I had a chance with that picture, but they got the exact same framing I got. That's about as close to the Eagle Nebula as you were going to get that comet. I want my iPod. The funny thing is the NASA astronomy picture of the day, as a lot of people know, isn't even being updated because of the government shutdown. You can't get your picture on the NASA website right now. But I'm still submitting it. Boo! That's a conspiracy. I know. But I still feel it's bragging rights to get on that page. Because I have an iPod and you don't. We got a lot of guys as members on my YouTube channel who are way better at processing images than I am. But because I kind of started a bit earlier than them, I got more accolades because I was getting in when the competition wasn't so great and it was easier to get attention. But now new people in this hobby, I mean, they really hit the ground running. There's so many great tutorials that you can become very good in this hobby very quickly. Capturing is one thing. Knowing how to process that data is another thing. Childish now. I've been in magazines, astronomy magazines, Sky and Telescope. I don't submit to magazines anymore. The thrill is gone. Look at that. Gee. I don't know, man. Should I process this thing again? I've already processed this comet so many times. Woof. It's still 10 degrees high. I've got a really good view at Starfront considering how high it is and how low it is, and I can still capture it. This has to be processed. Do you think the tail is brighter now, Pete, than when we saw it a couple of weeks ago? Maybe I'll give it a shot tomorrow. Now I really see some detail in that comet. Now I'm starting to see some cool stuff. And the ADU down to 2700. It keeps dropping, which is excellent. So the data we started with at the beginning of the night will probably need to be tossed out. But right now, we're at the peak of how good this comet is going to look. Okay, good night, Diane. How long is each exposure? I'm doing 1 minute exposures. The dust is still much brighter. I will show you one thing. Wait. This is what I captured a couple of weeks ago with the comet. If you didn't see this yesterday, and I printed it and posted and hung it on my above the stairs right over here. So that's the picture I got of this same comet. Isn't that cool? It is cool, I gotta admit. I'm a little spoiled right now because I've been watching this comet for a few weeks. And so I wanted to just explode already. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know when we're going to see a comet this bright again. Because if you compare it to Comet Swan, that one is not bright at all. This one reminds me of Neowise. It really does look similar right now. And Neowise was very bright. Thanks, everyone. Let's take a look at the full view. You can see there. Look at that. All the way off the page. That's how long that tail is. That is crazy. Let's see how many exposures I got so far. I have 27 minutes of data. Hip, hip, hooray. That's a lot. On a comet this bright, 27 minutes already, and we're still going. And the mean readout still looks good. Yep. The comet just dipped below 9 degrees. We got 27 1-minute exposures. And I've dithered twice so far. I think I dithered twice. Do I have it set for 10? Yeah. Looking good. Pete says this has to be processed. Maybe I'll give it a shot tomorrow. Maybe I'll process it after this live stream for members. Maybe I'll process it right now. Behind the scenes. Nah. I don't want the general public to see the magic. Yeah, maybe after this stream. I'll put a hold on my video gaming. That might be a good idea. I usually play video games late at night, but maybe I'll process this comet just to see how it looks. $5 from Cat Daddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very generous. Hey, Brody, you just got home. How's the comet look, Brody? Comet Lemmon looking very strong. Still above 8 degrees. And the ADU readout is hanging strong, so it's very good, around 2,700 right now. So these are still good exposures. Even though it's going so low, this comet is looking good. And we're not hitting any obstruction yet. We'll know when we hit an obstruction because yesterday we started seeing something come from the upper right. It was either another telescope or the observatory walls. That's how low my telescope is pointing right now. That's pretty low. I don't see any of these other telescopes looking at the comet right now. Should be clear tomorrow. It was raining all day here. But when it rains, it gives me an excuse not to go walk. Now I felt, okay, it's raining. I can be lazy today. Hello, Steve, the ignorant astronomer. Yeah, this is from Starfront. Yep. I don't have a view this low at home in Detroit. It would have already been behind the trees by now. But at Starfront, I'm pointing, I just dropped below 8 degrees. When I'm done here, I'm going to create a time lapse, everyone, so don't go anywhere. I want to see how this looks in the time lapse, and I want to see if that tail is changing and moving away, which will make it more difficult to process, but we'll see. Oh, I see it. You're talking about way over on the left here. I see that. So many satellites. Read your last comment. How far up is your last comment? Check general. Wow. Brody says this comet will get up to magnitude 0.45. But how bright will the moon be, Brody? How bright will the moon be? That's what worries me. November 4th, 0.45. That is super bright. In fact, I don't even believe it. I don't believe it's going to get to 0.45. No way. It shouldn't matter. A full moon shouldn't matter. If it's above the horizon, I think it might matter. No? I just can't believe it's going to be that bright. Holy moly. Wow. But I just updated Stellarium 2 today, Brody, and I didn't see it anywhere near that bright. That's why I'm kind of shocked. Are you sure, Brody? I'm going to update Stellarium. I'm finding this very hard. Not that I don't believe you. I'm finding it very hard to believe it's going to be that bright. Let me up. How do you update Stellarium, Brody? Do you just re-import it? Do you do anything special to update the numbers? Solar system. Comets. I'm re-importing it. Hang on. And uncheck update only that. Okay. A6. Add object. Okay. I'm going there, Brody. I'm going to go see this right now. Lemmon. Okay, right now it says magnitude 4.45. No, Brody. November 4th, it says 4.35. Yeah, it says 4.35 on November 4th. And that's not even the brightest. 4.32. No, 4.12 looks to be the brightest around the 28th of October. But yeah, it says the brightest it shows here on this desktop is 4.12. Okay. All right. I was thinking 0 point whatever. That's crazy. Holy moly. We've just fallen below 7 degrees right now, and it's still going. And my data, my ADU has dropped below 2600. This data looks good right now. I can't believe I'm imaging this low. You think least magnitude 2. So then maybe I can even see it in my light-polluted Detroit skies. This is crazy. 0.6 degrees. It's almost about to drop below 6 degrees. Look at how low my scope is pointing. All right, let's see. I'm going to start working on a time lapse. Hang on. And then we're going to see how much it moved while we were watching it. I want to see how active that tail is. 5-0 Toronto. It looks like Max Scherzer on the Blue Jays pitched a pretty good game. He used to be a Tiger. He became great as a Tiger. Then he went to Washington and he's been hopping around to other teams. All right, I'm working on the time lapse, everyone. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be super cool. Have we hit the roof yet? We haven't hit a roof yet. Holy moly. Or we haven't hit the observatory wall yet. The roof is in the south. We're pointing north. We're not going to hit the roof, but we might hit an observatory wall. Yeah, we're 5 degrees. 5 degrees and 36 minutes. That's just crazy. And how much data do we have? "45 minutes of data. Wow. The first few subs weren't that great, though. It was too bright outside. I think I see an obstruction on the right, but we'll keep going here. I'm working on a time lapse right now so we can watch this comet moving. It's going to be cool. Hang on. I'm almost done. I'm waiting to download the data. That's what I'm waiting on. That's the part that takes a long time. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think you see it yet. But we're hitting the wall. You see it? There's the wall. We're pretty much done here. But we're gonna switch to the next comet. Wait, there's Comet Swan now. We're hitting the observatory wall. I'm gonna stop this one. Hang on. Let's stop that. And let's go to the next comet, because Comet Swan is also out, and then we're going to run a time lapse on this one. Hang on here. Let's go to orbitals, update, comet. No? Wait. All right. We're going to go to the next comet. Give me 1 second here. Let's get rid of the first one. And I'm going to skip the autofocus. We don't need to run autofocus. All right, we're going to see... Right. Now I know how low, all the way in the 5-degree range. Absolutely. Now I know. That's not always the case, but at least I know now to the northwest, I have a very low viewpoint. That's very good. In the south, not so much. Because I think in the south, I start to hit that roof. Now, Comet Swan isn't nearly as bright, not even close, as Comet Lemmon. And there it is, right in the center. That's still a cool comet. Well, you can see the difference. Now, don't go anywhere. I'm still working on this time lapse. I can't wait to see this tail. That's what she said. Wow, that's bright. Okay, hang on here. Here we go, folks. Here is the time lapse of what we just captured for Comet Lemmon. It wasn't bright enough at the start of the night because the sun was still setting, so you can see it get brighter as the night went on. What do you think of that? That's what we captured today. Cool, huh? Yeah. On the right, you see it's cycling through all of the pictures I captured. I did 1 minute exposures, and that's what it's cycling through. Wow. Read your last comment. Compare it to last night. You want to compare two subs, Brody? Let's see. Let's take a picture from, say, right here. This is today. This is how it looked today. Let's see how it looked last night. That's interesting. This might be interesting. And Comet Lemmon from yesterday. Oops. Oh, I got to debear it. Let me debear one of these. Let me debear one from yesterday. Ah, wrong comet. Wrong comet. Wrong comet. Yeah, I read your comment too late. Let's try that again. Wrong comet. I got too many comets. Comet Lemmon. Glasses. I gotta wear my glasses. Interesting. Wow. Now I captured it low. Today I framed it really up high. Interesting. Be right back. Okay, caveman. Could you pull up the pic? Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull up that one. Hang on one second. It's not even close. I mean, look at how much brighter today it was than yesterday. Wow. That's Comet Lemmon from what I captured a couple days or a couple weeks ago, and that's a metal print. Is that what you wanted to see, Lindsay? Yeah, there's the metal print hanging in my staircase right over here, my haunted staircase. I don't know, Pete. I was thinking the same thing. Let's do another comparison. Just in case this isn't a fair comparison. Hang on. Let's make sure we're comparing apples to apples here. Well, let's grab that one. This is one of the later images, Pete, and still kind of the same. Well, it is brighter. It is brighter. It's still not as bright as... It's not nearly as bright as today. This is about the same time. In fact, let me get an even better one from today. Maybe that's not an even better one. Wrong way. Wrong way. Get one of the same time. All right, what is the time today? Let's get one from 9:30. Boy, you guys are sticklers at comparing. Jeez. You're making me work. But it is interesting. Let's do a fair comparison here. Let's go yesterday. Yesterday would be let's see. 8:30. Well, how about the 9:25? Let's go 9:25. This is yesterday at 9:25. Now let's get one from 9:25 today. What do you think? Today versus yesterday. Today on the left, yesterday on the right. Oh, I was doing 30-second exposures yesterday. That's right. That's right. I was doing 30-second exposures yesterday, 1 minute today. I forgot about that. That would explain a lot. That's right. Good point, Brody. And this is Comet Swan, by the way. We're totally neglecting Comet Swan. Comet Swan just doesn't have the same coolness. Sorry, Comet Swan. Your time has come. Right, the exposure isn't the same. You're probably right, Brody, then. I completely forgot we cut down the exposures to 30 seconds yesterday. That wasn't apples to apples. So Pete will know, because I know Pete is going to want to process yesterday's data as well as today's. I'm only going to process today's. I don't see much point in doing both days. I'm only doing today. Hello, Hunter. Now, I got something else I want to do if you guys want to see it. I captured 5 hours of a galaxy NGC 2403. I haven't seen the data yet. So I say let's stack that data. I got about 5 hours worth. I'm curious how it looks. You guys want to hang around and stack a data, a galaxy I captured in the second half of last night? I haven't even seen this yet. I say we do it. All right, hang on here. This is going to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to do a quick stack with Deep Sky Stacker. Takes a second to load from the cloud. I got so much data. Oh my God, I got a mountain of data that needs to be processed. I got so many star clusters. I have a galaxy. I'm probably going to finish another galaxy today. Probably another one tomorrow. I got so much data. Too much to do. The thing is, when the skies are clear at Starfront day after day after day, I just keep capturing more and more data. I got the Pleiades I got over 8 hours on the Pleiades. Send it to the member. And I still didn't send the members M50 that I finished last week. It's just I've been posting so much other stuff. I still got to send you guys the data for that cluster. Rendering farm. We're almost ready here. I know. It wasn't that long ago. I was actually processing data I had captured from Detroit. I was dipping into the archives. Now I can't buy a cloud. Okay, I'm stacking the data. This is going to be exciting. This is how much? 5 hours and 20 minutes of data to see the Pleiades. I did pre-stack some of that data if you want to see it. It's pre-stacked. It's not processed. I can show you that too. But let's look at this galaxy first. I just stacked it. Let's get rid of these. Buffering. Oh. Okay, I think it's back. I don't know why it does that. Whoa, this is 5 hours. This is without calibration frames. Hang on. Let's do this right. Let's take a good look at it. Now let's remove the stars for now to get a better look at that galaxy. Let's do Grax. Okay, you want to do Grax? Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Lots of stars. Let's make the stars more pinpoint. This was Sider's idea to capture this the other day. Yesterday, I think. It does look like the triangulum. It has that same angle as the triangulum. So they kind of look similar. Here, let's... So we remove the stars here to get a better look at the galaxy. Nice. The core is very bright, but we can fix that when we do our regular processing. That's a 100% view. So this is a pretty large galaxy for my scope, and when I drizzle it, it's going to be like that. So this is going to be good. This is a good one. I like it. Yeah, it looks very good. Extraterrestrials live there. I'm sure they do. Now you want to see what I've got so far for the Pleiades? You want to do HDR on it real quick? Let's do HDR on it. Let me make this nonlinear real quick. Oh, nice. You see, if we remove all that brightness from the center, we see even more detail. How you like that? You see, we got these cool tools that we can use. Now we can see even more detail in the center when we remove all that extra brightness. Look at that. Wow. That's cool. Yes. That is nice. Yeah, Hubble palette is a different processing technique, and you need special narrowband filters. I don't have those filters for this scope, not in Texas anyway, but I have done Hubble palette many times, but not with this setup. Let's try one more thing. I'm just curious. Let's see what BlurX is going to do if we give it a little bit of sharpening. Let's try and sharpen it a bit. Before, after. Before, after. This is going to be a really awesome galaxy. Wow. I can't wait to process all the data on this. But I got a lot more data to capture. This is a good one. Yeah, absolutely. Oof. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Hello, Comet Swan. We're sorry to be ignoring you, but we got other priorities right now. Oh, did someone want to see the Pleiades? That's another amazing one that we still got to process. All right, sorry, Comet Swan. We're leaving you again. We're leaving you again. I want to show someone the Pleiades. Where was it? I got two for the Pleiades. Let me see which one I stacked later. M45. M45. This must be it. All right. Now let's do a few updates, and then we'll show you how this thing really looks. And then let's rotate it to how I like it. And let's flip it. And we'll run Graxpert on it. We got all these tools that do everything for us. The Seven Sisters. All right. That is the Pleiades. But wait, let's remove the stars from this. And then you can really see the nebulosity. Cool. But now let's wait. Let's keep going with this. Let's keep going. How does that look so far? After we color calibrate it, now we start to see all that nebulosity, the blue. Oh, that looks really nice after I color calibrated it. It does look kind of like a cross or an angel, doesn't it? And let me see, do I have enough space if I ever want to... Sometimes those diffraction spikes bother me because they're not perfectly horizontal and vertical. Can I fix those without cropping too much of the image? A little bit more. Yeah. So we do this. And this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Nice. Now, there's a galaxy around here somewhere. I always forget where it is. But there's a galaxy lurking. It might be farther away than my crop. Oh, there's a galaxy. You see that one? That's probably a couple 100 million light years away. You see that? Isn't that freaking cool? Okay. Now I want to go a little bit further on it. Let's try something. Hang on here. I'm going to try the generalized hyperbolic stretch. That's not normally what I call this tool, but we're in public right now. Okay, 1 second, Brody. And we do this color. Ooh. That. How's that looking? And let's get rid of the green. So that's a rough draft of how I would process it, but I'll spend a lot more time, fussing over details. Isn't that nice? I love it. You see how fast you can process astro pictures if you have the right tools? That is freaking nice. I love it. Bro, do you want to rotate it clockwise and see how that looks? Do you like that rotation, Brody? It looks like an arrow. Can I open my master flat image? I don't have any master flats right now. I delete all of those, Pete. Oh, unless you think I delete all of them, unless PixInsight, or do you think my I don't have any. I delete all of that stuff because it takes up too much space on the in the cloud. Why, do you see an issue, Pete? Oh, we could have flattened it. Oh, gotcha. You know, for a quick process, I'm kind of shocked how good this actually looks already. But here's the thing, I wish I had done a 4-panel mosaic because there is a lot of extra dust around this. And that might be a project next year to do a 4-panel mosaic on this area. Yeah, it's cool, huh? Do you think the diffraction spikes add to it? Oh, cool, Hunter. 60 hours of an ultra-wide field. Wow. What else is in there besides the Pleiades? Any other famous objects in this area? Comet Swan. Now we're giving you some attention. We've been capturing Comet Swan in the background. We've got 31 minutes of Comet Swan during this whole time. Oh, the baby eagle. Oh, cool. The stars look so much better. Oh, good. Oh, and the California Nebula. Wow. How long have I been going? Oh, wow. 2.5 hours. I think I am done for the night, guys. Do you want to come back tomorrow night and see Comet Lemmon? It's going to keep getting brighter every night. So I don't mind going after it each night. And for my members, I'll be back in a half an hour to process Comet Lemmon if you want to do that. That way I'm free tomorrow during the day. I think we're going to actually process the comet tonight. I don't know how long that's going to take me, Brody. And then maybe gaming after if I'm not too tired. Yeah, Pete wants to process it. Or I can play Portal and process this comet tomorrow. My pleasure, Connie. See you later. I think I can process. I'll process the comet Destiny wants to game. I tell you what, I'll process this comet at 11. I'm getting fast at processing comets, and then we'll do some gaming at 12. How about gaming at midnight or so? Comet. Do what makes you happy. That's exactly right, Tracy. But I want to do both of them, but I don't want to stay up too late. I need my sleep. I'm getting old. We'll process the comet at 11, and then we'll play some video games at 12. That works. For members, I'll be processing the comet, and then I have a gaming channel, a small gaming channel for people who like to watch video games. Only about 3 or 4 people ever watch me. But I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. I'll be back at 11 for members. Bye. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow night in public for Comet Lemmon again. And we'll see if it changed. Bye.